All right. Hello, hello, all.
Hello.
Welcome. Oh, shit. I forgot what I do that for. You want to talk again for me, please? Thank you.
Hello.
That
Testing, 1, 2, 3.
It's been a while, guys. Hi. We are back on Danganronpa, Trigger Happy Havoc. We've been gone for a week. So, like normal, there's going to be a little bit of transition time into it, especially because I don't have a recap right now. What did we find out? Actually, while I'm doing this, let's go ahead and set some skills, because I'm pretty sure we got some. So basically, Hifumi and Taka are dead, which is not good for them.
How's that?
So let's see. We have our truth bullets. We found... Oh yeah, I forgot I had this whole conspiracy theory about how Hifumi was the one who was moving Taka and then he died himself. Okay, so reminder, Hifumi and Taka both died. Cause of death for each was a blow to the head. It was thought that they were killed with a similar weapon, which we figured out was the mallets.
Yes, the mallets. It was the mallets.
So if you remember correctly, the first thing that happened was Celeste got supposedly attacked by a Gundam, called, it was like Robo Justice, I think is the name of it.
Justice.
Nothing happened to her. She just got scared and took a picture.
Selfie.
Yeah, exactly. Then Hifumi got
Murder
attacked.
selfie.
Exactly. So Hifumi got attacked in the nurse's office, and we came upon him, thought he was dead, which I would like to guess that he was not. So then we were looking around, I think we were following Celeste at that point, and found Taka dead in the, storage room of the lab. Then when we went to go back down, Hifumi had been moved. And then when we realized that we'd left Genocide, or Toko, passed out on the floor with the dead body, of Taka's dead body, we went back up there and found out that his body had been moved with this blue tarp. And there was a dolly next to him. Hifumi's glasses were wiped off, which is one of the big bases of my theory that Hifumi was not dead when we first saw him. We have the hammers, the door to the repository, which is where both of our dead bodies ended up being found after they got moved, was supposedly locked, according to Hina, but somehow Celeste managed to get in there. So she's sus. We have the tire tracks.
Hella sus on her right now.
Exactly. We have the glasses cleaning cloth. Celeste said that they went to the bathroom when Hifumi's body disappeared, so we're all good on that. Supposedly, Hiro wrote a note to get everyone to meet in the dining hall, and so we have his handwriting. And right now, Hina is trying to frame, or she's not trying to frame him, but she thinks that Hiro was the one who did it because Hiro is the only one that fits in the Robo Justice costume. And we found the blueprints in his room, but the blueprints have that handwriting, and Hiro has that handwriting. So, probably not. We'll find out. Oh yeah, there's the Robo Justice costume. No one but Hiro can fit into the costume, and you cannot see your feet or bend at the waist more than 90 degrees. I assume that's going to come in somewhere. I don't know where.
Yeah.
But suppose
he's the only one who apparently fit in it.
Exactly.
It was like tailored to him.
And then supposedly from him, he got a note that reads, "I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m. Which admittedly does kind of make him sound kind of sus because we couldn't find that note. Taka's wristwatch. Taka was clutching some paper, and Hifumi had a note that said, "I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6 a.m.
Oh yeah, it was so weird. Just like Kyoko's like, I'm not touching a dead body again. You do it.
Exactly.
And we're like, oh my god.
Like,
oh my god.
I didn't want to touch the dead body. But
Right. But we had to.
We had to. So that was in that note, and it looks very similar to the one that we couldn't find from Hiro. I think we are ready.
Yeah.
That was a mess of a recap, but you know what? Like, it's been a while. So let's go ahead and finish our preparations.
Yikes.
All right, trial, all rise.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial.
This is not voice, right?
So,
This is not voice,
your
yep.
votes will determine the
Okay.
result.
Let's begin with
If
the
you
basic
can figure out
explanation. Oh, never
done
mind.
it, then only they will receive
Do the thing,
punishment.
bitches.
But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened. And the one
Besides
that
the
deceived
blackened.
everyone else will graduate.
Yeah, so basically, recap, we're in this class trial to figure out who did it, and if we're right, we all live, and the one who killed them died. If we're wrong, then we all die.
Now then.
Yeah.
Either way,
to
nobody
begin
wins.
with,
We already know who did it.
You know, we don't know who did it.
It was Hiro.
They just
He does not have
accuse
an
them
alibi for when the murders took place.
right left and right
and we
because they
found
just
him in
want to
that
get it
suit.
over with, I guess.
Yep.
Don't try and deny it.
Well,
You
I mean,
killed
to
them.
be fair, like, with the Robo Justice costume, like, there's some reasons to doubt Hiro.
Yeah. Agreed.
I didn't. Someone knocked me out. I was asleep
Look
the
at
whole
him.
time. I
Distressed.
don't know anything about it.
Shut your murdering
Oh,
mouth.
I forgot we have Jill in this.
Oh,
Who are you calling a
her
murderer?
tongue is still
I am
doing
sorry
weird
to
ass
say,
loop de
Hiro,
loops.
But we do have evidence.
I don't know how it can do that,
For the
but
suit.
not gonna question a
How
cartoon
these
character.
were used to blur
Look,
it.
she's a murderer, like mass murderer. I don't think I'm gonna ask her questions.
Yeah.
And all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling. It points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime
Yeah, this
after
is still
crime.
sus, Celeste.
How many times do I
Also,
have to tell you?
you're still sus.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't
Poor
know.
Is Hiro really the killer? Or, before anything else, we have to make that clear. Alright, let's go into a non-stop debate.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Alright, all we have is Hiro's message.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about that stuff. It's not true. It's a conspiracy.
Hiro, why?
It's a conspiracy
Why did you
theory.
kill
Oh,
It is a
them?
conspiracy
no.
theory.
Oh, just hold on a second.
Illuminati confirmed you guys.
I mean, looking at the blueprints, that handwriting is awful messy. If I remember right, Hiro's handwriting it's real nice.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are
Ha, take that.
no, it's wrong.
I forgot which message. I thought we were talking about the message that you got.
Oh yeah.
Are we sure Hiro really made those blueprints?
What do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hiro wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared. The handwriting's obviously different, wouldn't you say? When you compare it to the blueprints.
There's no way you could think
Yeah, the
the
other
same
one was
person made both
telepathy.
of them.
Mm-hmm. Like, granted, this is like real janky handwriting analysis, but
Unless that
Yeah.
person made it a point to
Like,
disguise
look
their
at
handwriting.
this. It's not the same.
I want to know what Celeste is saying, that unless that person made a point to disguise their handwriting, like, is she saying that he disguised his handwriting on the blueprint?
No, the differences are bigger than
Why
that,
would you-
I'd say.
Yeah, why would you
Come
do
on.
that?
I'm not smart enough to
Makes
think
no
of
sense
trying
to
to
you.
change my handwriting anyway.
Also, he's right on that.
So Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hiro's the culprit?
And he's not the only one. I think Hiro's innocent as
Ooh.
well.
I cannot believe we have Byakuya agreeing with us for one single moment.
Then who was in that Robo
Damn,
Justice
it'd be
suit?
like that sometimes.
Is it like Hiro said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
Oh shit, I don't know. And of course, he passes it off to me.
Wow.
Who was in the Robo-Justice suit?
The suspicious individual in question, the one that must have been in the suit, was it the Illuminati, was it Hina, or was it Hiro?
It's definitely the Illuminati.
Clearly. We're gonna go with, it's gotta be Hiro because we know Hina doesn't fit in the suit.
Other than Hiro, I can't think of anyone else it could have been. Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit, and we never found any kind of second suit.
Then there can be no doubt. Hiro is the prime suspect.
Fuck you.
That doesn't make any sense. You just said Hiro didn't do it.
It makes perfect sense. Hiro was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's
Okay,
not
you're
the
forgiven
culprit.
again.
So what you're saying is...
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo-Justice suit.
I'm still not used to him being on my side.
Now that's a bold assumption. And what reason do you have to make such a statement?
And neither genocide or
have a
show
reason,
is. I don't know whether to feel happy or like
Of
concerned
Yeah.
But before
that
we
a
get to
serial
that,
killer agrees with us.
Yeah.
Kind of
there's
weird.
something else we need to clarify first.
I mean, if she agrees
So
with
let's
us,
get
she's
that
less
out of
likely to
the
kill
way.
us. So,
Hey, stop trying to boss
I
us
think
around.
that's a win.
Yeah.
All things have a proper order.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
We must clarify the method of
Oh,
transportation
hey, I know this one.
for Taka's lifeless body. It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items. Makoto, can you tell us what
I
they
can
were?
tell you what they were. The things that were used to move Taka's body, they must have been... Alright, let's do the repository dolly.
I got it!
There's still one more thing. The things that were used to move Taka's body, they must have been the blue tarp.
I got it! They were a dolly and a tarp, right?
The hell was that? What do you mean? What's with the attitude?
He
So,
always gives an
let's see if
attitude.
I can
What the
explain.
hell, man? I'm the one
Taka's
talking
body
here.
Disappeared from the equipment room, and then we rediscovered it.
Clearly,
in the
apparently he
repository.
don't care.
And when we found it for the
Like, hey,
second
peasant,
time,
my turn.
it was wrapped in a blue tarp.
Fuck you.
I'm going to talk now.
It was the same tarp that, up until then, was stored in the equipment room. So the killer must have seen it there, and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body. That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were
Ah.
moving it.
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the dolly?
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there. But when the body disappeared, so did the dolly.
And it was found on the same floor,
Later,
so we
when
didn't even
Taka's
have to
body reappeared in the
tip the dolly down the
repository,
stairs. Which admittedly would have been hilarious
So
to
did the
watch,
dolly.
but, you know, minus
In
the
other words, you
morbidity
think
of
they used
Taka
the
being
dolly
dead
to
at the
move the
time.
body. Am I right? But are you sure you are not mistaken?
Huh?
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? That dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room. It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room.
You're being
Is
sus.
it not possible that it was in the repository all along?
Red flag, red
and we
flag,
simply
red-
didn't realize it?
Red flag emoji.
He's raised an objection. How do you respond?
There is no shame in being wrong. Nobody expects much from you anyway.
be wrong sometimes.
Yeah, nobody expects much from me anyway. If not for me, we would have just died 2 times before.
Right.
We have all accepted the fact that you rarely understand what is going on around you.
Wow. I've never had anyone sound so nice while being so mean. But maybe I can change her mind. If I can just explain to them why the dolly must have been moved from the equipment room to the repository. Alright, a new element has been added to bullet time battles. Let's hear about it. Let's talk about reloading. Starting with this next bullet time battle, we're going to add one more ingredient to the recipe. On the bottom of the screen, underneath the tempo marker, you'll see your ammo count. Up until now, there hasn't really been a limit on how you destroy your opponent's statements. But from now on, just locking on and pressing the triangle button won't be enough to handle them. It will now cost you 1 bullet to destroy a single remark. Once you run out of bullets, you can't destroy any more statements, no matter how locked on you are. However, you can reload by pressing that's not a triangle, that's a square button. I swear to God, I know my geometry.
I don't, so it's fine.
To my 9th grade geometry teacher, I am so sorry. I'm not. Actually, he was a bitch, so never mind. Screw you. But
Screw you, geometry teacher.
See, I obviously didn't learn shit in that class.
Clearly.
Just like locking on, you'll
These are
have to
the
press... Exactly, right? Just like locking on, you'll have to press the square button in time with the tempo marker. Basically, just remember that the square button now has a function along with the X and triangle buttons. You will automatically reload at the start of fever time, and your ammo will not decrease. Oh, but if your action difficulty is set to gentle, you won't have to reload at all. In which case, you can just ignore everything I just said. Well then, good luck and have fun. I don't remember what difficulty we're on, so I also don't quite remember how to,
change it or whatever?
Well, no, what?
You had it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch.
Yeah.
I cannot agree.
Oh shit, tempo down.
You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere.
I have my, volume down a little bit.
You had it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch.
I don't know why, but I am a little bit
I know.
like in my head right now. I don't know why. Maybe it's just the aesthetic. Oh, here we go.
Agree.
This should prove it.
That was really impressive considering the fact that I couldn't hear the tempo for most of it. I forgot I have to have my volume up.
It's
If
called
you're asking
being a
for proof that
badass.
the dolly moved,
Exactly, there we
I
go.
have it right here. When I found the dolly in the repository, one of the wheels had a blood stain on it. There was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire mark in it that matched the dolly wheel's tread. The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident. As they wheeled the body out of the
forgot
room,
how hard
and as
this
the blood
soundtrack
dried on the
slaps.
tire, they moved the body into the repository. So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
Take that. Jeez, does Celeste really hate me that much?
Well, anyway, that was just something we had to get out of the way. Let's get back
I love
to
how
the
I had
main
to do that,
subject.
and usually the only time I have to do that is when, you know, like I've accused someone. So I have a feeling I'm gonna have to do that minigame a lot.
Yeah, the subject of how Robo-Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then what kind of robot is it?
I'm not sure that really matters.
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer. If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
If I look at how the body was moved, it'll be clear why the person in the suit couldn't have done it. What does he mean by that? Because the person in the suit couldn't bend over. So how do you get them onto a dolly?
Exactly.
As we know,
Like
Taka was
believing in
killed in the
yourself.
equipment
No.
Exactly.
and from there, the body was moved to the repository, correct?
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Apparently that was not it.
Shoot!
I mean, they had to load it onto the
As
thing.
we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room. And from there, the body was moved to the repository.
Yeah,
Okay.
the culprit then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Well, yeah, but even without
They're not
a
giving me
handle,
anything.
all you'd
Oh, there
have
we
to
go.
do is bend over.
They weren't giving me anything to shoot. Usually there's the side arguments that I can shoot.
You're absolutely
being
right
sneaky
that you
now.
could
know.
push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low. But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
What do you mean?
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together. Remember?
I'm blind as a bat in here. Can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing.
Tell you it wasn't me.
And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
When you're in that suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist. Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
It seems like it'd be
Yeah,
awfully
girl.
hard to push that dolly if you couldn't
Which
bend
means
over.
that
Well,
now
what's to stop you from simply pushing
the rest of
dolly
us are
with
just
your feet?
suspects now. Ironically, Hiro is the only one that
You can't
couldn't
even
have done
see your
it.
feet?
Exactly.
think
Now
someone could kick
everyone
the dolly
else
all that way?
sucks except for Hiro. How the tables have turned.
Yeah, the tables have tabled.
On top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit, it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
There's absolutely no chance that the costume was taken off just to move the body, because once it's on, you can't take it off. You can't take it off by yourself, or Hiro's not strong enough. It's gonna be you can't take it off by yourself.
Yeah, because we had to help him, right?
Yep.
I got it!
Or if I remember correctly,
I
Kyoko
don't
technically
think
had to
taking
help
off the
him,
suit
but
was an option.
Yeah.
If you remember,
He got scissors.
this isn't voice.
Oh, I don't know what's up with this thing, but I can't actually get it off. A little help.
Why would you make something that you can't take off by yourself?
Didn't make this stupid friggin' thing.
There's a clasp on the back that's keeping you from getting it off. It looks pretty sturdy. I don't think you can get it off on your own. We don't really have a choice. Let's help him.
That's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on or take it off without help.
Oh yeah. Thanks,
Oh, yeah.
You
Sakura.
really can't take it off by yourself?
Bless you, fam.
Of course I wasn't making it up.
if he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't
I love
think he
how
would have let
Hiro's
us see
just
him
like,
wearing it.
Bro, I've been saying this the whole
Yeah.
time and nobody been hearing me. Okay.
Like,
Okay, bitches.
but dudes, I have said from the beginning that I was innocent, but no one wanted to listen to me.
Showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to
No one
suspect.
listens to the
That's
Gundam
right.
nerd.
Exactly.
So, it's
Moral of the
really,
story,
really
always listen to the
true that
Gundam
Robo
nerd.
Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
To be clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hiro in the robot suit, correct?
No, wait. Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took?
Yeah, your picture is sus.
You all got a good look at it, did you not? The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robo Justice? If whoever was in that suit is not the culprit, how do you explain that? Besides, do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi said?
Not voiced again.
Oh. It's hard to tell sometimes.
Yeah.
How did you get hurt? This guy hit me?
What guy?
Little Robo Justice. That's what I decided to call him just now.
So long as those facts exist, the proper conclusion is beyond question. The individual inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hiro, without a doubt.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Oh,
good.
Oh, that can't be right.
Hold on a second.
Don't agree so fast.
Still far too early to reach that conclusion. Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it. Before we rush to a verdict, shouldn't we explore every single possibility? Instead of seizing on one viewpoint, the truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
Perhaps, but where do we go from here?
Let's review this series of unfortunate events from the beginning. Maybe we'll uncover something new.
What a pain in the ass!
I don't disagree, but our lives are on the line. If this is what it takes,
I
we
love
have
how
to
they're
do it.
complaining about something that could kill them. Like,
Plus, maybe we'll get
What
to
else
find
are we
out
gonna
where the
do?
heck Kyoko was when everything went down.
we're stuck in this school.
All right then, let's take another look back at what happened. I suppose we could start with this morning. 4 of us gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself. We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up, so we went to look for everyone. That was around 8 a.m.
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and me.
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery
Still not a
assailant.
good thing. Girl, you should get checked out by a doctor.
I know it was an hour
Yeah.
because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
You have brain damage then.
That was when
Yeah.
we saw Celeste's
Like, how
picture
come
and
these people
discovered
don't
that
go
her
unscathed?
assailant
Like,
had been wearing
you
a
should have
strange
been bleeding.
costume.
Yeah.
Yet
As
you're
it
not.
turns out, it was
As you said, you got
Robo-Justice.
attacked,
It also
so-
soon became clear
This
that
sus.
this same Robo-Justice had abducted Hifumi.
I know, I love how she
We were
apparently
soon
got through
joined in
this
our search
unscathed.
by Byakuya and Toko,
That's
and then went
very
on to
sus.
find Hifumi in the library. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect. But not long after leaving the nurse's office,
Onward.
Oh, what's wrong?
I saw a shadow. Something moving around at the top of the stairs.
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and search the second floor. And soon after that,
I saw someone moving around on the 3rd floor, and I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did.
Sure, girl.
Celeste, what's wrong?
That was a rather intense scream for someone like you.
I saw him, the strange costumed man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared.
and then,
Sus.
Yeah. Huh? What was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been Hifumi. He's in the nurse's office. Oh, this is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
at that point, we decided to
whooshed.
divide up into
Yeah.
2 groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went
I'm
back,
sorry.
while Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect. When we got back to the nurse's office,
he goes.
we found Hifumi, dead.
Yeah.
And that's when we heard the body discovery
And then
announcement.
he was dead.
I left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the 3rd floor to let the others know what had happened.
meanwhile, we had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. We must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time, because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi. Then the 3 of us headed for the nurse's office. But right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us. And she told us something very surprising.
Hifumi's body has disappeared.
We rushed back to the nurse's office and saw that she was right.
Then we remembered we'd left Toko passed out in the equipment room, so we hurried back.
I love how we just left Toko.
That's nice. Just leave the serial killer here.
Exactly.
Sounds like a great idea. This can't be happening.
Are we hallucinating all this or something?
But when we got there, we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing. Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for 2 missing dead bodies. And after some time,
Celeste informed us that she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository, which is where we rediscovered the corpses.
I think that about covers it.
And now, for anyone who was
see.
listening at the beginning of
The
this
whole
when I was
thing
trying to give
sounds
this recap,
exceptionally
now
complicated.
you know why my recap was a shit show.
Yeah.
It certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Okay, well,
Is this why Among
If
Us
that's
has
true,
a timer for
then what?
prosecuting the accused?
Seriously.
More than a single series of
I
events.
think so,
I think we have
because
to consider
otherwise we
each
would be
murder
like
a separate
this the
situation.
entire time.
I mean, that could be
And
more
from
fun.
there, we can uncover the contradictions
Ooh,
surrounding
like have
all
it
of them.
hmm
Well, that'd be
Now
kind of
then,
neat.
let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka.
The contradictions hidden in what happens to Taka. In order to uncover the truth of this case, I have to find them, no matter what. Alright. Let's go into another bullet time battle. Alright, Monokuma file number 3. Star bullet.
So, regarding
Now give me
Taka's
stuff
death,
to shoot.
I wonder if he died before
Yeah.
Hifumi. Or perhaps it was after?
Ah,
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
what makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
The Justice Hammers were numbered, but were they really used in that order? Where's my... Okay, what's my truth bullet? Let's see. The cause for each was a blow to the head. It was... Okay, so it doesn't say what order they were used in.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder
I love how
if
they
he
give me like
died
15
before
minutes to do
Hifumi,
this.
or perhaps it was after.
We already know what order they were killed
But do
in.
we? Apparently that was not it.
Right. But in a way, it is.
So, regarding
Yeah, it is
Taka's death,
technically time.
I wonder if, or perhaps it was. We already know Taka came last.
But it's
What makes
got
you
such a
say
ridiculous
that?
time limit that...
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death...
See? So it's obvious Taka
I
came
missed.
after. So, I wonder if...
I'm pretty sure this is the reason why they
give.
give
What order they were killed. Taka came
so much
last.
time.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
Yeah, apparently that's not it either.
So, I wonder if he died before perhaps it was... We already know what order they were killed. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with... while Taka's death came...
See? So it's
Okay,
obvious Taka
I'm
came
pretty
after.
sure that I have now hit it with every single...
So, regarding Taka's
Bullet.
death,
Yeah, what the hell?
I wonder
I don't have any
if
more
he died
bullets.
before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after.
We already know what order they were killed in.
What order? I tried
Taka
that.
came
Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the
That one
Justice
was wrong
Hammers.
as well.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with
Three.
Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka
What the
came
hell am I
after.
supposed to hit? I've hit both.
Right. Right.
So, regarding Taka's,
I wonder if he... Or perhaps it was after. We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say?
Because of the number...
It's true that Hifumi was while Taka's death.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
I don't know if that
So,
that
regarding
oncoming
Taka's
number
death,
3
I wonder
in
if
the
he
middle
died
of the
before
screen.
Hifumi,
I can't.
or perhaps it was after.
So it's supposed to be the, like...
We already know what order they were killed in.
What the
That-
hell? So it's the gold text that I can attack.
Oh, okay.
I don't understand why both of our... Nobody believes me. Nobody wants to hear what I have to say. Blah, 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 blah.
Shit.
Alright. Yes, let's give it another shot. I have no idea what the hell happened there.
Did we cheat? Oh, good.
I don't know if it just glitched or what, but...
Yeah, that. I don't know if that should have been happening.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after.
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
I didn't get any new gold ones there.
So, I wonder if, or perhaps it was... We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
Yeah, what the hell? Okay, I am going to Google it because this doesn't make any sense. Both of my
Yeah.
options are wrong and I only have one truth bullet. Okay.
Weird.
Oh shit, I forgot I can absorb bullets now.
So, regarding
so
Taka's death, I wonder if he
What button is that? Must be this button.
died before Hifumi. Or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed
Okay,
in.
so that is.
Taka came last.
I totally forgot we got that last trial.
Because of the numbering of the Justice
I
Hammer.
completely
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of...
See? So it's
Okay,
obvious Taka
this makes
came
more sense.
after.
So, regarding Taka's death,
I wonder if he, or perhaps it was. We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came
Well,
last.
apparently that.
What makes you say?
Because of the numbering of the Justice.
It's true that Hifumi was killed while
Yeah,
Taka's
completely
death...
spaced that.
So
It's been a bit,
Taka
obviously.
came after.
so,
I wonder if he, or perhaps it was. We already know what order
There we
they
go.
were.
No, it's wrong.
Sometimes I just need a refresher on the mechanics, apparently.
Hold on. There's no reason to assume that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers. If anything, that's just another way the killer tried to disguise their actions.
So you're saying the
You
culprit wanted
betcha.
us to think the hammers were used in order, but in reality,
Oh.
Taka was killed before Hifumi?
Because Hifumi
Okay,
was
then, let's see the
the
proof.
one who transported Taka's body. Evidence that proves Taka was killed before Hifumi. There's something that relates to what time he must have died. I think his watch. Alright, Hangman's Gambit. Alright, wristwatch. Alright, I need an S. S. Okay, W, if I can spell. A. Don't need a C yet, guys. Now I need that C. Come on.
Do it.
H. Watch, yes. There we go.
H.
There we go.
Now I understand.
Bingo.
Thank you.
That.
I've got it. Taka's wristwatch. See? Look. It broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
it must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer. Because as of
Okay,
last night...
I do want to ask, how do you break someone's watch while you hit them on the head?
Maybe, like, he guarded himself with his hand, right?
Maybe,
But then, because of course his hand was in pain, he would swing it backwards, and then that gives them a chance to hit their head.
Maybe.
Because they're not guarding their head anymore.
Yeah. Hey, you! How long were you gonna keep us waiting? Taka's irritated voice pierced the air as he stared pointedly at his wristwatch. It's almost 10 o'clock, you know that? Bedtime for all the little boys and girls!
So if it wasn't broken after 6 last night, then he must have been attacked around 6 this morning.
And that would be his official time of death.
But if that's true, then he was killed well before Hifumi.
And before Celeste was attacked this morning, which happened around 7.
That's right. Taka was killed before any of the other incidents
Poor
took
Taka
place.
deserved better.
That simple fact
Right.
slipped past all of us. We made the
Poor
wrong
boy.
assumption about the order of events, all because of those justice
Got done
hammers.
dirty.
That's exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in size. That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make that wrong assumption.
Smart.
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window. Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
That may be true in the case of Taka's murder, but all of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death.
That's right. With him, at least, we're all safe.
Yeah. Huh? What was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been Hifumi. He's in the nurse's office. Oh, this is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
When we heard Hifumi screaming, we were all together. Except for Hiro and Kyoko. Then we all ran down to the nurse's office.
and that's where we found his body.
That's totally true. We're all in the clear.
Oh, I know! They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something, then played it later on!
If that's true, where's the tape?
I don't know.
Don't just go making stuff up.
He's like,
Anyway,
I don't
we all
know.
have
I
rock-solid
didn't think I would
alibis
get
for when we
this.
heard Hifumi scream.
That's the big hero energy right now.
Since all of us were there
Exactly.
together,
Him just sitting there
clearly
going,
none of
I
us
did
could have
not
killed
realize
him.
you were going to listen to me for once.
Right.
And it does
Oh,
not
man,
stop
people were
there.
listening that time?
There was
Damn
also
it.
the moment when we discovered his body
One
had
time, guys,
disappeared.
that I don't want
When
you
his
to
body vanished
listen.
from the nurse's
Exactly.
office, Hina and I were in the bathroom together, while everyone else was in the equipment room, correct?
Celeste has the tiniest legs.
And then there's the disappearance of
Little
Taka's body from
I
the
know.
equipment room.
She apparently is a skipping
We were
leg
all
day.
gathered together in the nurse's office because of Hifumi
It's
going
like,
missing.
Well, don't forget. I
there's
was
a
passed out in
Pokemon
the
with,
equipment
like,
room the whole
really,
time.
really skinny legs where I'm like, why?
Wait, then what
Oh wait,
genocide she
I know what it
did?
reminds me of.
She
It's
could
like
have dragged Taka's
Serena.
body out of there right
Serena,
then!
if you... I think that was the name of it? Serena? Yeah, that or...
Pokemon?
Yeah, Pokemon. I think that was it. I don't know, that one, I think it's based on a pitaya fruit or something. It's the fruit one. There's a fruit with the big legs. Anyway, I'm sure some Pokemon fan out there.
Oh, I'm
knows
sure.
that.
Even if she
The
could
big
pull
leg
that
lady.
off, there's no way she could have done the same with Hifumi's body. Because, as
I
we
think she's
just
just suffering
established,
from like
she was
shoujo
passed
legs
out in the
syndrome.
Oh, she
equipment room
absolutely
when
is.
his body disappeared.
Like if there's yaoi
gonna
hands,
do
there's
either of them
definitely shoujo
anyway.
legs that go on for days
In other
and
words,
days.
it is impossible
Good night to you,
that
Clam.
any of us could
Love
have
you,
killed
but like,
Hifumi
what?
or
What are
moved
those
either of their
proportions?
bodies.
What are those?
On the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had disappeared, so they most certainly could have done those things.
So what now, Kyoko?
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles. So instead of
Ma'am.
who,
Mm-hmm.
I propose we start talking about how. In particular,
I love how
I
we're
think we
not
need to
being
figure out how
spoon-fed. We have to
Hifumi's
figure
body
everything
got
out
moved.
by ourselves.
That's
We do
true.
have to figure out everything
We
by
searched
ourselves.
everywhere,
I'm pretty sure
but we
Kyoko is
couldn't
still
figure
actually
out
just
how to
spoon
explain
feeding
his
us,
body
but you know,
disappearing. And according to what
she's
Celeste
doing it in a
said,
nice way, so. We could not have been gone for more than a minute or two, though. So then, the killer was able to get in and move Hifumi's body in that short of time? It would seem so.
his body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and Hina took their eyes off of it. But to carry that much weight from the first floor up to the third in that short amount of time?
Oh man, yeah! There's no way! It'd be impossible!
Well, what if I told you there was a way to
Hito.
make the impossible possible?
Like, please,
What?
don't get me
How?
guilty.
If the dead
Please.
body were to move itself.
Huh?
The dead body moved on its own?
Because he wasn't dead.
No!
Exactly.
Not another...
It's not a. Oh my god, this bitch. It's not the Illuminati either.
I don't think it has
Swear to God,
anything
this
to do with the occult. I think what she's implying is we thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality he was still alive.
He was alive?
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply walked out on his own?
But I mean, we found his body. He was dead.
Or was he?
Perhaps he was simply playing dead.
That it isn't possible.
Why not? The idea that Hifumi was still alive, is it really possible? Alright, another bullet battle.
Aw, yeah.
I'm pretty sure I have called this a different thing every single time we've done it.
It's
Are
fine.
you saying that
It'll
when we
be
first found
nicknames.
Hifumi
Endearing,
in the nurse's
loving.
office,
There we go.
Nickname.
there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Yeah, I realized that too long. Ha! It saved me. I'm sure the body discovery announcement was only made once, but Hifumi and Taka's bodies were discovered at almost exactly the same time. Okay, so let's pick up.
No. It is if Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you've heard the body that Hifumi's dead, and that is why the announcement.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's
Alright,
discovery.
someone else's discovery we have as a bullet. Now, where do I use
Are you
it?
saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
Not there.
No. It is impossible.
Hifumi was
down.
dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body discovered.
Hifumi's dead body had been found, and that is why the announcement.
Are we really? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's
discovery.
Are you saying that
When we first found, there's a chance he was actually...
No. Hifumi was dead.
And you know that. Surely you heard the body discovery announced.
Hifumi's dead body had
we go.
been found.
I forget I can focus sometimes too.
Yeah. It's okay. I mean, we did get some little
Was the body
skills from
discovery
talking to our
announcement that was made
classmates.
really intended for Hifumi?
Of course it was. The announcement played right after we discovered his body.
Thanks, classmates and
That was
friendship.
also
I
the same
know.
time that
Best
Taka's
friends.
body.
That's right. It wasn't long after finding his body that we heard the announcement.
So there's a good chance we've made a mistake in there somewhere. I think we've confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi or Taka.
First of all, if 2 bodies had been found, there really should have been 2 announcements.
Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them together into one.
What do you say, Monokuma?
Yeah,
Any
Monokuma,
comment?
did you get lazy?
Well, it's a very sensitive issue, so I can't go into too much detail. But what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
That didn't answer our question, man. We're asking if you're a lazy bum.
No, actually, that was plenty. He said it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time, which means even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again. If that's true, then why was the announcement made again later on?
Huh? Later on?
Exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement twice.
The second body discovery announcement. The first time it played was when we found each body in the nurse's office and the equipment room. And the second time was when, just after Hifumi came back to life, when Toko was unconscious, or when both bodies were rediscovered. I'm pretty sure it was just after Hifumi came back to life.
Yeah.
Because he talked to us for a bit. Nope,
Right.
apparently it wasn't.
Oh, shit.
Now
what?
they mention it.
Shoot.
Yeah, I just embarrassed myself in front of everyone. What's new?
I
There we
got
go.
it. We
Sure.
heard it a second time in the repository
That.
when we rediscovered the 2 bodies.
I mean, let's be honest. He was alive, and then he was dead, and then he was alive, and he was dead, and then he was alive, and then he was... Hifumi died a lot.
Hifumi, make up your mind. Are you alive or dead?
I know. Ding dong, ding dong.
Pick a lane.
Right? Wanna do body discovery announcement? It's unvoiced.
Oh, a body has been discovered, bitches! Or like 2 bodies, but after a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial would begin!
It didn't seem weird at the time, but it contradicts what Monokuma just told us, doesn't it?
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't have played.
Then in reality, when the 2 dead bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually discovered for the first time.
So, when we found Hifumi the first time in the nurse's office, he wasn't actually dead
He
yet.
was a zombie the whole
Meaning, he
time.
wasn't
There we go.
actually found dead until we came upon him in the repository.
Zombie.
And that's just part of it. There's one other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in
That
the nurse's
explains
office.
the game.
Oh, I know! Because he was never gonna
That
find
vacant
it.
expression in his eyes when he's writing
That
his
is the
fan.
worst logic I have ever heard. But honestly, I do not think there's anything that can prove he was still alive.
Okay then, let's take another look at the events surrounding the discovery of his body. Then it should become clear whether he was really alive or not.
This whole thing is pointless.
There has to be proof that shows Hifumi was still alive. I have to find it and show it to everyone. Alright, what's our bullet this time? Hifumi's glasses. They were indeed wiped off.
Well, here's one thing we do know. The first time we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office. And then, while me and Celeste were in the bathroom, his body disappeared.
And the next time we saw his body, it was in the repository.
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after being moved, other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
Ha! Got you on that one. Take that.
In fact, there was one clear difference between Hifumi in the nurse's office and the repository. His glasses. That fact alone proves that he was only playing dead in the beginning.
Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of us in?
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. But when we found him again later in the repository, they were spotless. And I found the items he used to wipe them clean in the nurse's office trash can.
The evidence I found in the trash can in the nurse's office was...
Hey,
the glasses cleaning cloth.
with an animal girl on it.
Yep, and blood.
I got it!
And blood.
It was a glasses
Bloody
cleaning
animal girl.
cloth featuring a certain cartoon mascot. One look at
There's
the
only
bloodstain
one
on the cloth
otaku
to make
here,
things
and it
clear.
is he. Well, actually,
This piece
we
of
don't
cloth
know
was used
if
to wipe
that's true.
Hifumi's
There
glasses
could be
clean.
more.
There could be others.
Byakuya could be a closet weep.
Good.
And the mascot on the cloth is the
His
same
favorite
one that's
show
on the
is,
digital camera, right?
Let's see, what would it be like?
And whose digital camera was it?
I'm trying to,
Hifumi's, of
Banana?
course.
Sure.
The character was
Seems pretty legit.
Princess Piggles.
Closeted banana
From
can.
Demon Angel
Or
Pretty
kitty
Pudgy
inside of a
Princess.
banana.
There you go.
What's all
I
that?
highly doubt anyone but Hifumi would have brought something like this to school.
I see your point. And the only people here who wear glasses are...
I wouldn't be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage
Apparently
like
he's
that.
not a big fan of Pudgy Princess something.
Oh man.
A few tissues is all I need
He's
to keep my
just,
glasses
it's a
clean.
lie. He's covering,
There's no question. It
covering his
belonged
love
to
for it.
Hifumi.
Look, Byakuya could be into magical girls, we don't know.
What exactly?
Right.
What I'm
Or
saying
magical
is,
boys.
the blood on his
I'm
glasses
just saying,
was
he
wiped
would be
away
the type
using
to
his
watch
own
Madoka
glasses
Magica and be
cleaning
like,
cloth.
yeah. That's the
He'd
stuff.
think it was very edgy.
He does not
Oh,
mean
yeah.
he wiped the blood off himself.
It's like,
But who
now
would
this is
benefit
what
from
I'm
a clean
talking
pair
about.
of glasses other
Oh,
than the
because-
glasses owner?
Too bad that his
That's a
favorite
good
character was
point.
Mommy, and we all know how
It
that
must have been
is.
him, right?
So
I
let's
like this
assume
girl.
that
2
Hifumi
seconds
was
later,
still
never
alive
mind.
in the
Yeah.
nurse's office.
And she's dead.
Interesting.
He pretends to be dead.
Lord.
Then when he's alone, he wipes his glasses clean so
She
he
got
can see.
ahead of
Then
herself.
he stands up and walks out on his own 2 feet.
He would
And
be
with
the
that,
one making
the
dark
impossible
jokes.
task of moving his copious corpse becomes possible, wouldn't you say?
Kyoko, you didn't have to call out poor Hifumi about his copious corpse.
Damn.
Like, that's savage.
He was
That
just
is cold.
pretending to be dead.
Already dead. She don't care, apparently.
What
Like, well,
was
he's
with all
dead,
that
so he
blood?
can't, defend himself.
Was it paint or something?
The fridge in the nurse's office contains packs of blood for emergencies. He probably used one of
Oh,
those.
what?
He figured if he was gonna play dead, he
That's
should
a
go all
thing.
out. So
Apparently.
he just dumped it everywhere.
I mean, this is a very fancy school, so...
But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done. God, what an idiot!
Oh, well,
And
this
if
is a
Hifumi
murder
was
game. I
still
wouldn't be
alive
surprised
at
if there
that
is
point,
stuff like
the
that here.
disappearance
Yeah.
of Taka's body is easily explained.
But that's still
It
weird.
should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
The one who moved Taka's body was it Sakura, was it Hifumi, or did Taka just get up and walk off himself?
Hifumi,
There you go.
for sure.
It could only have been
But I'm
Hifumi.
pretty sure Taka
While
could.
we were all gathered in the nurse's office,
Well, since he was
went to the
murdered,
equipment
like,
room and took
3 hours
Taka's
earlier,
body.
I don't think he was moving
That also
around much.
explains
But
how the door to
remember,
the repository
he's
got
2
locked.
people now.
There you go.
He's
the
like a
spirit of
cat
the
with
Mondo
9
butter.
Except it's
The
2
door was
lives,
locked.
because he's not a cat, so...
Well,
The Mondo
after
inside
the
of
bodies
him
disappeared,
could
we all
have
went
still
looking for them,
potentially
right?
been alive.
So me and Sakura headed for the repository.
We're going by
But when we
Hifumi.
got there, the door was locked.
And the repository door can only be locked from the inside. Which means when Hina and Sakura got to the repository, someone was already inside.
And it could only have been Hifumi, who just finished stashing Taka's body there.
He convinced us all he was dead. And when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository.
So my conspiracy theory was
So,
correct.
Hifumi wasn't
Oh,
just
yeah.
another victim in this case. He was one of the assailants.
But that means he took part in the
And
murders.
ended up dead himself.
I just can't believe it.
If you're having trouble, would you like me to show you one more piece of evidence?
Thank you,
Oh,
Kyoko.
absolutely.
But wait,
The
there's
single
more.
Yeah,
fact
exactly.
pointing to
This
his
is
involvement
literally
has
what it
yet
is.
to be revealed. You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The item he took off of Taka's lifeless body?
The thing that Hifumi stole from Taka. Could it be?
The paper?
Yeah.
It's the paper. Paper.
I got it!
And we're back to full house,
You're
so.
talking about the note Hifumi had hidden away, aren't you?
Hidden note?
That's right. We found it stuffed in
Yeah,
his
and
pants.
unfortunately I had to grab in there.
Yes, his pants.
I love how they're
Okay, well,
weirdly
forget
into
about the
that.
pants for now.
Why? Why are you
Take a
guys...
look at what the
They
note
seem more
says.
horrified than anything.
Oh, Lord. It's like his pants? Yes,
Yeah.
don't remind me. I never
Yeah.
want to do that ever again in my life.
It didn't help that it was already Hifumi, but then Hifumi was dead and I still had to reach in there like. Ugh. I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6 a.m.
That's the note I was telling you about. The one that told me where to go.
Bro, no.
This one's a little different. In my note it said, Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m.
I see. Then this note isn't the same one Hiro got.
It's
So
not the same.
either of
In
these
other
two could have
words,
got
the
murdered,
killer
is what
got in
I'm
touch with
getting
another
at.
person besides
Well, I
Hiro.
think the murderer probably set Hiro up. They put
Yeah.
him in the Robo-Justice suit. Well, knocked him out, then put him in the Robo-Justice suit so that they could take the posed picture. Which I'm guessing is Hifumi holding up Hiro's lifeless body.
That makes sense, that makes sense.
So that
then
they could
show it as
frame-
quote-unquote evidence.
Uh-huh.
And
Whoa.
that person could only have been...
Hell, Hifumi's pants.
I did not listen to the question, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't me. And I'm gonna guess it was not Hifumi's pants, so we're gonna go with Taka.
I got it!
It was definitely Hifumi's
That's right.
pants, though.
Taka! The killer used this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
Hello, over here. Objection!
Oh,
Objection!
God.
Ma'am, you are not
I don't
in
really understand what's going
Phoenix Wright.
on, but Hifumi had that letter, right? So whoever wrote it
I
wasn't
would not
drawing out
stand her if
TikTok,
she was a
they were
Phoenix
drawing
Wright.
out
Like, she would terrify me as Phoenix Wright, let's be honest.
Just to be clear, TikTok,
TikTok?
is Taka
Oh no,
and Taki
I
is
don't like
Fumi,
that app.
right?
It's Jay-Z app, oh
You
no.
ruin it every time!
Man, Genocide Jack is seriously scary. But still, I can't let her get to me. Alright, another bullet battle.
Oh yeah. Hey, cure.
Alright, we have a broken wristwatch. We have Hifumi's glasses, and we have the glasses cleaning cloth.
Oh yeah.
Puppy had the note, right? Then the person it was intended for must have been Happy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter! The note has
Yes,
nothing
it
to do
does
with
matter.
TikTok.
The time on the note said 6 a.m. What happened at 6 a.m.? That's what I need to clear up. I need to figure out how
Puppy had the note, right?
Aha, broken
Then
wristwatch.
the
There we
person
go.
it was intended for must have been Happy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter. The note has nothing to do with TikTok.
But it does, because unfortunately someone was murdered at 6 a.m.
Timing is everything.
No, there absolutely is a connection.
What the hell are you talking about?
The note said to meet at 6 a.m., which is the same time Taka was murdered. We've already proven that using his wristwatch. But there's more. Look where the note says to meet. The equipment room, right?
Which is where Taka was killed. I see.
So, Taka was murdered at both the time and place written in the note. I think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
Well, when you put it like that.
Like, I hate agreeing with you. Wow. Okay, girl, tell
Someone
me
used
live.
that note to trick Taka, just the same as me. The culprit really is a cold-blooded monster, telling people they found a way out.
But if they gave the note to Taka, what was Hifumi doing with it? Stuffed down his pants, no less!
Most likely. Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse after he died.
Huh? He stole it?
Where's your proof? Go ahead, show us.
Proof. Why do all of you have to ask me for proof? But
Yeah,
you
what
guys never show proof.
Right, this is stupid.
Alright.
How's that fair?
I know. Proof that Hifumi stole the note from Taka, it was the fact that Taka still had a scrap of the paper.
When I searched Taka's body, I saw that his lifeless hand was gripping a small scrap of paper. If I'm right about this, the sheet of paper this piece came from is... I knew it! It fits perfectly with the note we found hidden on Hifumi.
Ba-ba-da-da.
Then Taka's scrap and Hifumi's note.
Yup, they're from the same piece of paper.
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped a small
He
piece
was
of
holding
that
on
note.
for dear.
There's only one way
Death.
to explain it.
Yeah.
Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note from its death grip, leaving behind only one small scrap. Did I get all that right?
That means Hifumi knew the note was important.
Exactly. Which proves that he was an accomplice in the
Take
murder.
that.
Whoa.
But he was only an accomplice because he
After
died.
seeing all this, Hifumi was
Not only
super
was he
involved
not
in this
going
whole
to get
thing,
out,
for
he
sure.
then died for it.
In fact, he was behind the whole thing. In fact, he's still
He is not still
alive.
alive, Taka. Or Hiro.
Sorry, no.
Yep.
When we found him in the repository, Hifumi was truly and completely dead. The second body discovery announcement proves that.
So then, who killed Hifumi?
Whoever did is the mastermind, the true killer.
He was killed in the repository. So he must have been killed not long after transporting Taka's body.
So, he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished, but before we found both bodies in the repository.
During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body. In other words, during that
Nobody
time,
wanted to, but
none
hey,
of us had
it is
alibis.
what it is.
Yeah, really.
Wait, but me and Sakura were together. Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus.
Oh my
Little
god,
walrus.
that is so rude.
When they were killed bothers me too.
Okay, she kills
There's
people.
something that's been bothering
I don't
me
think she's
even
worried about
more.
manners.
Yeah.
And what might that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
The weapon?
Yeah, because I mean, according to the Monokuma file, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, with them having similar fractures and all. But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office and equipment
This is
room,
the
right?
smartest thing I've ever heard Hiro
So
say.
if Hifumi
Right.
was killed in the repository, the culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, kill Hifumi, then put the hammer back where they found it. But wouldn't that be seriously risky for him?
I'm surprised. It seems there's some semblance of a brain knocking around that
Oh
skull
my
of yours
god,
after
here
all.
we go. The
Yeah,
savagery
it's
has
packed
come
in
out.
there good.
It's okay, he didn't get it.
Wow.
I don't understand
Oh
it
my
either.
God.
The Monokuma file makes
He
it clear
has
that they were
a brain.
killed using similar
Damn.
instruments. But if the hammers were already laying around those other rooms...
Byakuya is
So the
so
question is,
sassy.
how could the
I love
culprit have gotten their hands on
I hate
either
him,
of
but
the
I love him.
hammers?
Hey.
Personally, I haven't a
Totally
clue.
back off. No, he will
So
never back
which
off.
will never
hammer
back
was
off.
used to attack Celeste? Number 1 or number 2?
Those were accounted for in other rooms too. And I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
Then...
I have a mallet.
Is it not possible they used a
It's a
different weapon?
mallet.
I don't think it
It
is
has to be a
possible.
mallet.
They were both killed
Or
with the
a
same kind
hammer
of thing, right?
shaped
So
object.
then, what was used to kill Hifumi?
The weapon that was actually used to kill Hifumi. The whole picture surrounding this case won't become clear until we figure that out. Somehow, I have to find the truth. Alright, and into another bullet battle. We have a spotless hammer, I will need that.
What was used to kill Hifumi? Was it Justice Hammer 3?
It's the spotless
Maybe
hammer.
Justice Hammer 4?
There is no justice
Whatever it
hammer
was.
for
There's one thing we have to figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon? How did nobody witness them carrying it?
They didn't have to.
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance!
Wow,
Check out
please don't.
murdergear.com/hammertime for more info!
Well,
Hammer
one
time.
thing seems pretty clear.
Da-na-na-na.
The murder weapon
no.
had to be
Dad,
one
I
of the
can't do
Justice Hammers.
Yeah, it did not have to be.
No, it's wrong.
But yeah, can't touch that.
Yeah.
The murder weapon wasn't a justice hammer at all. No, it was something completely different.
But, seriously? A different weapon?
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi. Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris. But for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean.
I don't know why, but I always laugh at the little
because it was used
side
to commit
profiles where
murder.
everyone's shaking
hammer
uncontrollably.
I
got
hate
covered in
it that it does
Hifumi's
that.
Of course
Like,
they'd
they
have to
just
clean
drink
it off.
50 cups of coffee. Oh my god.
I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers. Big ones, small ones, and even some flat mallet-like ones. I think whoever made the Justice Hammers used those as a basis for their design.
Who's around here just
If
making
that's
mallets
true,
for fun?
That would explain
No,
the
they're
Monokuma
bored.
file's
What
note
else
about
is
the
gonna
I mean,
wounds
that's
being
true.
Similar.
So Hifumi
Ito
moved
was
Taka's
apparently
body
designing
to the
an entire Gundam,
repository,
so-
where someone then used a hammer to kill
Because
him.
he's bored.
Whoever did that is the true killer. The one Hifumi was
I'm just
working
imagining him making it out of
with, and
like
the one who
cardboard or
betrayed
something.
him.
That's
Hold on a moment. I
Cosplayers
still think
be
it's
like-
strange to assume someone
I know,
is working
cereal
together
boxes.
with
literally me. Oh my god,
The
literally.
way the graduation
I've
rules
actually
work,
made
there is no
Gundams.
benefit to helping someone else
I
carry
like
out the murder.
Gundam looking pieces out of
So the
cardboard and
idea
foam
that
before, so it's
anyone
like
would
not
work
entirely
together like that is
impossible.
simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not?
We did talk about how there wouldn't be any reason for anyone to work together. At least, that's what we thought at first. But
Apparently there's an official manga where Byakuya and Celeste competed over who gets to keep Makoto as their servant. If we weren't already sus of Celeste, we would have picked her side.
Based on the
Oh,
rules that
damn.
have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit
Okay,
in the
but
murder,
who pays better?
only the
Exactly.
one
Who gives
actually carried out the
benefits?
act
Like, you
can
know,
graduate and
gotta look for
survive.
our future.
Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on
How much do we make hourly, or do we get
That is
salary?
how the
Like,
rule
these
was
are important
explained to
questions.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
can we really say there's no chance two people work together on this?
Oh, there's
Based
definitely
on the
chances.
rules that have been laid out
I mean,
for us,
considering the fact
even
that two
if
people
more than
died,
one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out
This
the
is
act can
really
graduate.
weird.
And assuming the rule holds true,
Yeah.
it is simply impossible.
That is.
But that only really applies. In this case, however, there were two murders.
well, Kyoko, you don't have to be mean about it. Okay, so that has to be the direction then.
Based on the rules that have even if more than one, only the one who actually, assuming the rule holds true,
That is.
But that only really applies. In this case, however, there were two murders.
What was the explanation for the green bullet?
So
Based on the
it's
rules that
I
have
can
been
absorb
announced, even if more than
a,
one, only the one who
bullet.
actually
An argument.
carried out the act.
Oh, absorb
assuming
it,
the rule
okay.
holds true. It is
No, that's wrong.
we had to look it up because I forgot that I could do it. So
Yeah. We're
Since
like,
there
wait,
were
what's
two
going
murders,
on?
it's at least plausible that more than one
Two
person was involved.
murders.
What do you mean?
If there'd only been one murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering. Naturally, if only one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Risk versus reward benefit?
The payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part
Exactly.
in the scheme. There's no point
Like,
in
what's
being someone's
in it for
accomplice
me?
if there's no benefit to you. However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
You're saying that two people could act as each other's accomplices to commit two
Will
separate
you
murders.
murder
I think
somebody
that's what
for
the
this
true
premium
killer told Hifumi.
Bandai
They would each have an
limited
accomplice for
edition
their crime.
collectors of
And
pretty
based on the
pudgy
case's events,
princess
Hifumi
big
would have been the
thing,
first one
whatever.
to act, murdering Taka.
and the answer is
Made him
apparently
carry
yes.
out the first murder, so
Apparently
he couldn't
Hifumi's
back out
like,
of helping
bring
them
it
later
on, bitch.
So in this case,
That
there wasn't
premium
one single
Bandai
person
will
committing
be
multiple
mine.
murders. Instead, each person killed
Or
someone.
I don't know what's the most
creating two
expensive
separate
figures
incidents.
on Earth. I don't
And
know.
it
That's
only
probably one of
looked
them.
like one person because
Of
that's how
Nightmare.
the true killer designed it to
Of
be.
nightmares about premium
A
Bandai.
single suspicious individual, a similar
I know that
weapon
they
used in
made
each
a
crime.
life-sized
Just by
Mikazuki
creating one
Minetsuka
seamless set of circumstances, they made it look
like,
like one
statue.
person was behind it all.
for like, I want to say it was like $3,000. They only made like
Mastermind
10 of
picked their
them.
target and managed to convince him to go along with their
What
plan.
the fuck? What?
And then to avoid
Who
the
has
That
that
is
in the room?
100% true
simply
too. Like,
killed
if I
their
remember correctly, it
accomplice.
was like Good Smile that did it, and like it has its own site.
Which, if
Mom
true,
made a
means
whole
that
ass
betraying
new
Hifumi
site
was
for
Yeah,
part of the plan
yeah.
from the
What?
very beginning.
Can you imagine being one of the 10 people who has that in their home?
I know, right?
How could anyone be so cruel?
Like,
You think so?
That's some bragging
I
rights.
can't help but admire
Seriously.
its cunning.
Like, note to self: how to order from Good Smell to make me life-size figures of Best Boy.
they did say that they would ship internationally. Now, I'm sure that you will pay through the nose for that international shipping, but
Oh God, I can only imagine. Damn.
the effort made to convince us the two murders were the same. That was the main characteristic this time. Kyoko must have noticed that fact from the very beginning, which is why
It is
she
hard.
said not to look at this as a series of connected events, but entirely separate incidents. Kyoko really is amazing. Although, when you think about it, she's almost too amazing. Like, it's almost unnatural how good at this she is.
I understand how an
I'm a one
accomplice
detective,
could be
bitch.
involved, but then who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
I figured that to deal with the accomplices is
right
that they work
now.
together with the mutual understanding that one of them is going to stab each other in the back eventually.
Yeah, and it happened. The true killer manipulated Hifumi to carry out a number of actions and in the end, murdered him. In the debates up till now, the way the case has unfolded, when you consider all of that, there's really only one person who seems to fit. Ooh, I get to select someone.
Aw, yeah.
Who are we selecting? It was clearly Mondo.
Yes, it was clearly Mondo. There could have been nobody else. Or Monokuma. It's Celeste!
It's Celeste. Oh shit, that's the wrong button.
Fuchsia!
My answer.
Celeste, no. Chartreuse.
It was Celeste.
So I'm the suspicious individual now, am I?
You made me talk over
I
you
really do hate this kind of joke.
to tell you that it couldn't have been Hiro. Yeah.
A joke?
So what you are saying then,
Byakuya's had
is
it.
that I specifically
He's on
chose
his
to work
last
together with
wits end.
Hifumi.
He's had
The
to stand
idea
next to her this
that
whole
I
time.
would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him,
Probably
that I would
still
get
second
within
to
10
him.
feet of that shit from brains, that lazy, worthless, goddamn
Oh,
idiot!
shit.
Pardonnez-moi.
Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it.
Is that so?
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the two of you. Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the two of you were working together.
What is it that only Hifumi and Celeste had in common? Were they the only people that encountered the suspicious individual? Was it the paper hidden in Hifumi's pants, or was it the screaming?
Anyone can scream. It's the first one.
I got it! The behavior they had in common has to do with the suspicious individual in the suit, doesn't it? The only ones who ever actually saw Robo-Justice firsthand were Celeste and Hifumi.
Shush, the adults
We're
are
in
talking
cahoots.
now.
Bitch!
Mommy and Daddy are talking
Sorry.
right now. Shut up, child.
As he said, only
Oh
Celeste
damn, that
and
was like the
Hifumi
energy
ever
that
laid
came
eyes on the
radiated from
costumed
this
individual.
I hate this man.
If we accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't
He made
help but
me
suspect
present
what
his
Celeste
evidence
has said as
earlier.
well.
And now he's telling me
Everything
the
they
adults
told
are
us was a
talking.
lie?
Damn.
After taking
The
Hifumi to the
difference
nurse's
between Mia and
office, we
Kyoko
all
is that
began
Mia
our
is
search
only
for this
barely smarter than
individual,
Phoenix,
correct?
but has good enough poker face
not
that
too
makes
long
it seem
after
she's
that,
already
do you
solved
remember
everything,
what
while
Celeste
Kyoko is
said?
actually smart enough to have solved everything and is just legit guiding me, Makoto.
I mean, that's not wrong.
Yeah.
I saw a shadow! Something moving around at the top of the stairs!
We headed to the second floor specifically because of what she claimed to have seen.
Ooh.
Next, to draw us all to the physics lab up on the third floor,
She let out a blood-curdling scream.
and when we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said?
Celeste, what's wrong?
See, he was kind of sussed there.
That's some voice.
Oh, that was a rather intense scream for someone like you.
I saw him, the strange costume man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared.
Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab, it was time for her partner to get to work.
Like playing a game of tag and hide and seek at the same time.
Huh? What was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been Hifumi. He's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back. I swear to God, I have voiced that scene like 18 times
It was
now.
to get us
I
to divide
feel
into two
it.
groups. So that we would discover both bodies at the same time?
In fact, Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up.
Then why don't we split into two groups? Unvoiced again.
Oh, Ollie, the hunting party. That seems much more interesting.
Very well. Then Makoto and Hina, you come with me to the nurse's office. I will leave the capture of the suspicious individual to Toko, Byakuya, and Sakura.
Well, if Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those
Wow.
chance events suddenly become connected. And on top of that, that piercing cry of yours early on.
I still haven't forgiven you for being a poopy head to Chihiro and desecrating his corpse of framing the
that
stalker
was to
for
signal
killing him,
Hifumi,
Togepi.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Ooh,
It
true
was
that.
your way of
True
telling
that,
him
bitch.
we are on the third floor.
So he's still
Everything's going
sus.
according to
Yep.
plan. Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea?
I just realized another strange thing. When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead,
I certainly was not expecting this. I did not imagine that Hifumi would be murdered.
Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered. You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds.
I don't believe it. Everything. The whole thing was
She's
one
a
big
thespian.
act.
Hina,
She's a gambler.
you were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared,
She's got,
right?
like, the ultimate poker face, apparently.
Yeah. I was feeling kind of sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom.
Poker
Wait.
face, poker
Then
face.
that was...
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
Each piece isn't much by itself, but start putting them together and the picture gets very ugly indeed. Wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
I have no idea what you mean.
Don't bother trying to deny it. You made one fatal mistake.
Oh,
Did I?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it, but looking back, I can say that that one little slip-up was your undoing.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared and we returned to the nurse's office.
They must be really enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. We're all going to die here. We're going to die just like those guys died.
I remember her saying that too, but I don't understand what's so strange about it.
Then pay attention.
After we get
Sakura,
Celeste,
Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body
ridding
in
the
the
world of
equipment room.
Hifumi.
Exactly.
Then Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed. So Sakura and I left with Makoto. Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste, and the four of us headed to the nurse's office. Now, the entire time we were together, none of us said anything about Taka being dead. Think about it. Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Although I don't really get what it means.
You hear that, Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble understanding.
That's me
Could you
right
repeat
now.
what you said?
Oh,
If
yeah.
you're really not the culprit, you shouldn't have any
Vibing.
problem repeating it,
But
right?
you guys are vibing harder. Brains go burn.
I know, like, Hiro's still back in the, wait, am I Robo-Justice?
Right.
Byakuya said that Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. But what is he alluding to?
He's the Kronk.
Alright, we have Monokuma file number 3.
All I said was, they must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's obvious, isn't it, what was so strange about Celeste's comment?
Yeah, okay.
When she said that, she should have only known about Hifumi's death. With that in mind, what's so strange about what she said is...
All I said was, they must really be enjoying the sight of us. They must be positive. We are all going to die here. We are going to die.
Those guys. They should not have known that Taka was already dead. But he died at 6 a.m. Which would be the worst time to die
right.
anyways, because no one should
There's
be able
no
to
reason
awake at
Celeste
6
should
a.m.
have said.
I
Just
just
like
almost said
those
alive
guys
at 6
died.
a.m.
Listen, my brain is not
When
alive
she
until
said
2
that,
p.m.
none
Let's
of us
be
had
honest.
told her
Exactly.
Taka was dead.
That's me though.
Exactly. And we didn't run into her until after we were all out in the hall. So there was never any chance for her to have seen his body in the equipment room for herself.
So how did you know, Celeste? How did you know more than one person had been killed? And how did you know they were both guys? Because Kyoko had also disappeared, right? So she could have been dead too.
Oh. Are you assuming their gender?
You all
I
have
know.
such
How
vivid
dare you.
imaginations.
How
You know
dare
that?
you, Celeste? Oh my god.
Imaginations.
You claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw. Then what about the picture I took? How do you explain this picture of the costumed villain dragging Hifumi away?
Well, I think that Hiro is unconscious in there
It has
and
to be some kind of
Hifumi is
setup,
dragging
right?
him.
So let's put the suit on, and then
Especially
use the
since he
camera's
can't bend
timer
at the
to-
hip, so it does look like he's standing upright.
set up the picture.
Have you so quickly forgotten? You are the only one who could have possibly fit into that suit.
Yeah.
Plus, I happen to know that this particular camera does not have a timer. In other words, it is an unassailable fact that this is a picture of Hifumi being
I
dragged
don't
away.
think so.
If everything I told you was a lie, how can this picture exist? Simple.
Are we sure that's really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away?
Could be
What do you
staged.
possibly mean by that?
Surely there are other explanations than the one you've offered up.
No, there is no other explanation.
Other explanations? If it wasn't a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away, the only other possibility is, had Hifumi and the suspect been drinking?
Yes.
Are Hifumi and the suspect dancing? Or is Hifumi dragging the suspect away? What if they were
It's not a
drinking
picture
and
of the
dancing?
suspect dragging Hifumi
Right,
away.
it could have
I
been
would say
like
it's
a
picture of
rave.
Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
That's certainly within the realm of possibility.
Of course, I assume Kyoko was the victim. I think any
The
of
one
us can
being
kill her.
dragged off
Yeah,
in that
really.
picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit.
No,
We've simply been led
nobody
to
can.
believe
No,
that it's the
not
other
at
way
all.
around.
She's gonna stab anyone that even gets
And
like
the
within
strange
5 feet of her.
costume might only exist to lead
Her.
us astray even farther. If you saw someone wearing something like that in this situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
That's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this!
Yeah, how they put him to sleep?
Such a thing.
That's
is
what I want.
utterly impossible.
Does she have a
I-
tranquilizer?
Well, if I remember correctly, they cracked him over the head.
Is it?
But I could be
I don't
wrong.
think it's
I want to say that
ridiculous at
that
all.
was mentioned earlier.
Then shut your
Right.
mouth and allow
I
me
wanted
to
to be like,
educate you.
is that thing in her finger, that little jewelry thing, hold some poison?
There you
Like
go.
an elephant dart gun.
Celeste thinks she
No.
can prove that there's no way Hifumi was dragging the suspect away. But is that really possible?
Like a scorpion.
Alright, we have the Robo Justice costume, Hiro's message, and the Robo Justice blueprints.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out!
I'm gonna go with the Robo Justice.
Then you just drape me across your food
Because I have a
and
feeling it
him
has to
carry
do with
my
the
weight.
fact that it can't turn,
You tried to make me look like the bad guy!
bend over.
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight.
Got that.
No, that's wrong.
Except there is.
No. Even if the person inside the suit were unconscious, they could still stand up like that. Because that Robo Justice suit had a certain characteristic.
You totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
That's right! They totally made a mistake when they made it, so it couldn't bend at the waist.
I'm not so sure that was a mistake. I think the suit was designed from the beginning to be used the way it was.
Celeste and Hifumi took the suit they'd specially designed and stuffed Hiro into it. That's
They
how
literally
were able to
specially
fake that
designed
whole
a
thing.
Gundam suit for this man.
The point of it all was to make us
Man, I
believe
wish I
whoever
had
was
some
in the suit
dedicated
was to
cosplay
blame.
friends that made me
I
a
know,
random
right?
costume for like no reason.
Well then,
Like, granted, I like it so that I could take it on and off on my own,
Right.
but,
And not murder and be framed for murder.
yeah, you know.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Don't make me laugh, you idiot! What do you mean, checkmate? Celeste? Clearly, you want to cram me into your little guilty box. Well, there's one little problem. Have you already forgotten what Hifumi told us as he lay dying?
Hey, Hifumi, who was it? Who attacked you? Who tried to kill you? This isn't voiced.
Oh, who killed me? My terrible obsession with gacha. No, that's right. I remember their name. Yes.
When we asked him who had attacked him, his answer was quite clear, was it not? He said, and I quote, Yasuhiro. In other words, Yasuhiro Hagakure!
Right! But my name isn't really Yasuhiro! It's actually...
It is not.
It's a nickname.
Your
Yeah.
confusing statements don't make any sense. You're only making things more complicated.
He did say Yasuhiro, but are we sure he was really pointing the finger at Hiro?
What the hell are you talking about? I'll burn you alive!
Oh, damn.
Kyoko, what do you mean by that?
Think back to how
Oops.
Hifumi used to talk to us. How did he refer to
Did
each
he
of
give
us?
everyone nicknames? Did he say "for serious" a lot? Or did he just say people's last names?
He said for serious a lot.
Clearly.
Honestly, I keep forgetting. I think he said people's last
Yeah, he said
or-
people's last names.
Okay.
I got it! That's right! Our last names. He called us all by our last names.
Exactly. I know I heard him say Mr. Naegi more than once, for
Oh
example.
yeah. Oh
So
yeah.
if Hifumi did mean to
Flashbacks.
say Hiro's name,
It's
he
coming
would
back
have
to me.
said his last name, Hagakure.
I'm sure it was just incidental. By chance, his first name.
Why will he
Indecent?
stop now?
Random chance. Now isn't that a
Like, don't
convenient
talk to my pet.
explanation?
Exactly.
No, there's no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal.
Look at the attack dog.
But he
Oh my
must
God.
have run out of energy before he could say any more.
So Hifumi was trying
Celeste,
to tell us
what's
the
your
last
real
name
name?
of whoever killed him?
But the name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
Well, no. Hold on. There's one person it could apply to, and that's Celeste. She never actually told us what her real name is.
What did you just say? To think you'd take your false accusation so far, I don't know whether to laugh or spit.
Damn.
Come
Please
on.
don't spit.
Enough with your idiotic
That's very
blabber.
unsanitary.
Yasuhiro is a loser's name. Do I look like a loser to you?
Well, you're about to lose this case.
Do
So,
I?
yes.
What?
Yes, you're a loser.
I think I've earned the right to be a little on edge.
Okay, then fill us in. What's your real name?
Make sure your ear holes are wide open and listen up! My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
Celeste still won't give up. So then I have to do something to make her accept it.
Sounds like you have a grudge against this particular name.
Yeah. Alright, E-Handbook, Spotless Hammer, and Hiro's Message. We're gonna go with the E-Handbook because that has
Hifumi was
something to do
trying
with
to
names.
tell us something.
Yeah.
He wanted us to know the killer's last name, Yasuhiro.
If there's one person here who might have that last
Celeste,
name.
before we execute you, can you make Robo Justice suits for all of us? Or more
Exactly.
Told
specifically
anyone
me?
what your real name is.
Like, I want to know.
To tell you,
I want one. Damn, it looks pretty basic.
please?
Looks very well made.
Celestia Ludenberg, god damn it!
How long do you plan to go on
I love it when Master yells at people.
I'm not
Oh no! Oh,
the truth.
oh, oh no! We're going
You
there
have no way
today.
to
Ooh.
contradict me.
But do I?
No.
Yeah, I regret reading that as I shot it.
We all have
That's
regrets
it.
in this world.
Yeah.
Let's look at the
Anytime you turn your
handbook.
handbook on, it shows the owner's name when
Oh,
it boots up,
yeah.
right? Monokuma
Solid
told us all
proof.
about it before.
This isn't a voice.
This handbook is absolutely vital to the Elite School life, so don't lose it. When you start it up, it'll display your name. Always make sure to have the right one. And this is not your everyday notebook. It has so many more uses than that.
So all we have to do is check her handbook, and that'll clear up everything. That's how we can find out Celeste's real name.
That's an invasion of privacy. I refuse to cooperate.
Cause you're sus.
Celeste,
Yeah.
can you please just tell us what really happened? Please. Just tell us.
Even when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up. Because until the game's over, you never know what might happen.
Fine then. Let me settle it. Let me go over the case again.
Damn.
From the beginning. And shed light on all your crimes. And that'll bring everything
All right,
to
let's
an
do
end.
this.
Oh yeah, it's time for the
Closing argument.
Hullabaloo
Okay.
puzzle of oh wow, who drew
What
that?
the-
Goofy, what the?
Okay, so let's see what we got.
Secret in Celestia's envelope. Back in the school chapter was her birth name. Ooh.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with this here
Let's
because that looks like it could go there. I don't know. Okay, so let's break this down. Okay, so Hifumi meets with the murderer. They strike up a deal. Okay, then Act 2. Something happens.
he walked in on their meeting.
Oh
Does
no, he
this
was
smell
called
like
there, remember?
chloroform to you? Oh yeah, he was.
At 6 o'clock.
Does this look like chloroform to
Or
you?
1 a.m. Yeah, really. Okay, so... they're gonna try to hit him first, if I remember correctly. And they hit him with the chloroform, knock him out, stuff him in the Robo-Justice suit. Then they're gonna take the picture. So...
Sure. There's the camera.
There we go. Okay, so there we go. They take the picture. Then it's going to be 6 a.m. on the wristwatch, and Taka's going to be waiting in the rec room. No, not the rec room. The equipment room. He's going to get hit with Justice Hammer 4. He's going to get murdered. I mean, that seems logical that there will then be a Bloody Justice Hammer 4. Okay, so then we come in. We get shown the picture. We take Hifumi to the nurse's office. Well, that was where we found Justice Hammer 2. So we'll put that there, because I think maybe that's it. We leave him at the nurse's office. He decides to take a blood bath.
That's such a... It looks like a weird, like, failed Sailor Moon transformation.
I know.
sequence.
Let's see.
Oh no.
Does his thing. Oh, Justice Hammer 3. Remember, because that was found next to his supposedly dead body. So that's when we get blood on the Justice Hammer 3. We go in and find him at the same time that they go in and find Taka. Okay. Then Hifumi gets up, goes up the stairs, wraps up Taka's body in the tarp, slides it on the thing, and then pushes it on the dolly. Then he unravels it, meets with the murderer. The murderer clocks him on the head with the mallet. And then there's blood on the mallet. That seems logical to me. Let's try
Here
this.
is you.
I don't
Before
think
anything,
we got it.
the
I know, I
killer
feel
persuaded
pretty
someone to
confident
help
about this.
Carry out the murder, and that person was
Oh yeah. Number 1,
Hifumi.
good.
With an accomplice, the killer was able to execute a number of otherwise impossible schemes.
Number 2, good.
First, they convinced someone to meet them in the rec room last night at 1 in the morning. That someone they met with was
Alright,
Hiro.
and 3,
The
good.
murderous duo intended to pass Hiro off as the prime suspect. So when they met up with him, they drugged him, knocked him out, and stuffed him into the Robo-Justice suit.
He's already used to drugs, so how did he... No.
Next, Hifumi positioned himself to make it look like Robo-Justice was
And we got
attacking
4.
him, while the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault. They
They're
did
really
all
weird
this
pictures.
just to create evidence that
Okay,
would
for
put
me
the
in particular.
suspicion on Hiro.
Yeah. These are
When they
always
were done with
really
him,
weird art.
They shoved him, still unconscious, into the pool room
I feel
lobby.
it gives off like a graffiti kind of
And then finally,
more than
at
anything.
6 a.m.,
Oh yeah, number 5.
they moved into the murder phase of their plan. They called Taka to the equipment room. And that's where Hifumi killed him, making it the scene of the first murder.
Oh yeah. Woo!
The murder weapon
I lost
was
count.
Justice Hammer 4, which was left there in the
6,
equipment room.
maybe?
The reason hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion about the order of the crimes. So, next they falsified 2 more assault incidents. For these attacks, the killers pretended to be the victims to solidify Robo-Justice as the suspect. The first fake incident was the attack in the rec room. There, the killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1, and the Robo-Justice pictures they'd taken. They wanted to make sure we bought the surprise
Sending us
attack
on a
story.
wild goose
The
chase.
second fake incident was the attack in the library. This time, they planted
Why are we
Justice
chasing
Hammer
geese
2
in the first
and an
place?
injured
Exactly.
Hifumi to sell us that
Wild
story.
geese are
With
really
these two
vicious.
incidents,
They
the
are.
killers were able to create a certain
I used to have
preconception
to
in our minds.
run from them
That the
occasionally at
suspect was
my
increasing the
undergrad
size
college
of the
campus.
hammers
That was not
and
fun.
attacking people in order as they did.
They did
We
not
ran
like
right
that I
into
was in their
trap
territory.
and started looking for the suspect based
Don't
on
bother
that.
the geese.
But
Do not bother the geese.
Because geese are delicious. Oh no.
Alright, woo! Number 7 or something.
while we did that, we left Hifumi alone in the nurse's office. This was exactly what Hifumi was hoping for.
Sailor Moon transformation.
He took a blood packet from the
Very weird.
refrigerator and Justice Hammer 3 and turned the room into a crime scene in which he himself had apparently been brutally murdered.
Number 8, all good.
He let out a scream to draw us back, and when we returned, that's what we found. Meanwhile, the other group that had been out searching found Taka's body at the same time. So when we heard the body discovery announcement, we naturally assumed it was for Hifumi. We left the nurse's office, and Hifumi once again took advantage of the situation.
Did we-
He simply got
I think
up
we got all
and
of them,
made his
guys.
escape.
Oh my god.
When we learned his body had
This
disappeared,
is the first time we got
all
it
rushed
all in
back
one
to the
go.
nurse's
I
office.
know.
We're
Once
getting
again,
better.
Hifumi had
Oh,
the chance
yeah.
he was waiting
I
for.
will never be able to do this ever
time,
again, I hope
he
you know.
snuck into the
Um.
equipment room.
Aww, I believe in you.
He wrapped Taka's body in a tarp and used the dolly
Number
to
9.
move it all the way down to the repository. That explains how each of the bodies disappeared.
He was so
But
excited.
even Hifumi
He's a
didn't know
cat.
what the true killer had in mind for
He
their
turned
final
into a
act.
cat boy for 2 seconds.
And then he died for it.
And then he died.
Their plan
Woo!
all
We did
along
get all
was
of
to
them.
kill Hifumi and get rid of the one person who could betray them.
Look, we cannot have cat boys in the world.
And they did it using
It
an
is a crime.
ordinary, everyday hammer from
Well,
the
we
repository.
can't have cat boys
That
like
should cover
Hifumi. We
everything
can have
that
other cat
happened in this
boys.
case.
We're nice.
And the villain
and
behind it
sweet.
all
But
is...
this one kind of sucks. He also killed a man. A really good man, so.
This is a very strange animation.
It is.
Celeste!
Why is it
Sorry.
like a shoujo manga?
I don't know.
Like from like the 90s.
I lost? I
Goodbye.
lost?
You
When
lost
was
the
last
game!
time
Ha!
I was forced to utter
Remember when
such
people
words?
shouted that in
They hang
conventions?
heavy
Yep.
What
around
time?
my neck.
You lost the
Then
game!
you admit it?
What is the
You're the killer?
game? Oh my god, that was
Listen
such a
to
thing.
you, trying to take charge.
I think people still
As if
shout it
you're my
occasionally.
private
I hear
instructor.
it sometimes.
Yeah.
I, Celestia Ludenberg. Actually, no. Taiko Yasuhiro is fine.
Keiko?
So, you finally accepted it.
Oh
I'm the
shit.
kind of person, once I've lost, I don't like things to drag on.
Interesting.
And she's lost her accent too. I know you can't hear that.
She lost her accent. Oh no.
Yeah, we got a C
Got
on
it.
that one because I forgot that. But damn, look at those points.
Oh, hell yeah.
And 94 medals, so we can buy some more shit in the
Okay, Monokuma.
mono
I'm
mono
ready to
machine.
begin. Or, no. I suppose this is the end. Isn't it?
It is indeed the moment we've all been waiting for. Time to vote, okay? Okay. If you would, please locate your lever and cast your vote. And when the votes are tallied,
Here's a
who will become
plot
the
question. How did
blackened? Will you make the right
how did
choice
Hifumi
or
know
the
her real name?
dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be?
Maybe that was
What's it
part of the
gonna
deal.
be?
Maybe, I don't know.
Like, he's like, why should I trust you? Blah blah blah. Gives her, like, the only piece of information that nobody knows.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, she had to bribe him with something
Mm-hmm.
and gain his trust somehow, because he is someone who's very sus at everything.
Yep. We are back to unvoiced.
basically a formality at this point, but once again, you're totally correct. Black at this time, the true killer who devised the whole stinking scheme was... Celestia Ludenberg, or more precisely, Taiko Yasuhiro.
Honestly,
I lost. Well, that sucks. I guess trying to work
Yeah,
with someone
gotcha.
else was a mistake after all. Hifumi's ineptitude was beyond all my calculations.
I knew it.
So, you really did approach Hifumi with this plan. But how did you get him to agree? I can't imagine he would have happily agreed to commit murder.
Premium Bandai. I'm sure she relied on her specialty, lying.
My specialty? Don't make me laugh. I didn't have to lie to get him to agree.
So then,
Then, did you use... you know...
Oh my god.
I knew you'd figure it out, Kyoko. You're absolutely right. To get Hifumi to act as my accomplice, I used her. For everyone who's still left, I'll avoid mentioning it by name, but it was the one thing Hifumi and Taka were both super into. Does she mean... is she talking about alter ego?
Say what?
What? What's that? What are you talking about? What? I want to know secrets.
just a second.
Don't interrupt. We're in the middle of a very important conversation here.
I'm totally out of the loop as usual. I'm sad.
In
Then
other
you're the
words,
one that stole it?
indeed.
That's right. And
I
you
see.
used it to drag Hifumi into the plan you'd come up with. Right again. Last night, after we had our meeting about how it had disappeared, I paid Hifumi a little visit.
Oh, what are you doing here?
I was
Actually,
hoping I could talk to you. Alone. It is about what was stolen. I know who did it.
What?
Why does he have a cosplay costume in the back?
Oh, please don't tell me he wears that. Oh, no.
Are you
Oh,
okay with
buddy.
It was Taka. He stole it.
Unless he stole it from an idol, and then now I'm disturbed.
Yeah, there's
What?
no good explanation for this.
So then,
No.
And I have proof. Would you like to see it? As it turned out, I'd found a use for the digital camera. I'd taken you-know-what to Taka's room earlier and took pictures of it there.
That's a body pillow.
I deleted the picture as soon as I'd shown it to Hifumi, of course.
Damnation!
So it was him. But how did he do it? She was supposed to yell if any of us got close to her.
You are correct. Which is why Taka forced me to steal it.
Say what?
Ah! Yeah,
As for
exactly. Say
me-
what?
Please forgive me. He threatened me.
Oh,
He did.
He came
As
to my
for
room
me-
last night unannounced, and then... it's hard for me to even say. He abused me.
what?
What?
And he took pictures. He said that if I did not do as he asked, he would show them to everyone. So I had no choice.
Damnation!
That is a crime, an absolute crime. I mean, I knew he'd got a little crazy, but you know,
Say what?
I never imagined he would go that far.
It was amazing how completely he bought it. I can't express how enjoyable that was.
I'm about to say something I never said before in my life. I'm going to kill him. I'm going to fucking kill him.
Wait,
Most
please.
unfortunate.
If you go now, you will be playing right into his hands.
Eh?
Taka is
Actually-
planning to use her to escape, and he has made you his target.
What?
Escape? You don't mean...
Taka is going to try to kill you.
Let go!
What?
And
Indeed.
also he can keep her to himself.
That
This
bastard.
is completely
Bastard, bastard,
unforgivable.
bastard.
honestly,
Can we allow him continue with these barbaric acts?
Absolutely not. How could I? She...
I swear!
She's the best girl! I have to save her!
Then, would you like to join with me? It just so happens I have come up with a plan.
Eh?
I have devised a way to reclaim what he has stolen and escape this dreadful school. And with that, it is complete.
Eh? What are you talking about?
Oh, nothing. Hifumi agreed without a second
Wow.
thought. The effect that item had on him was remarkable. The power of love. Even a love as twisted as that can still drive people mad, it would seem.
I knew I should have picked Makoto as my accomplice. You disgust me.
I see.
I have another question for you. What was that strange costume Hifumi's creation? Like, what was that?
Yeah, it was a real pain in the butt, too. All I asked him to do was make something to hide the face and general body size. I had no idea he'd make something like that. But it's my fault for picking him in the first place.
But
So why'd you decide to make me the suspect?
Because you're stupid.
That's it?
And in that
Let's
regard, I
see.
made the right choice. I'm so glad your stupidity surpassed my every expectation. Life must have been tough on your parents, though.
I feel like I could cry.
Well,
But when you were explaining your plan to Hifumi, how did you explain the part about him playing dead?
What she's asking is, what was Hifumi supposed to do after that, assuming you actually let him live?
Are you okay with
That's
this?
simple. After he did his part and pretended to be dead, once someone showed up, I told him to say he'd been seriously wounded. He was on the verge of death, but he just barely held on. And he really believed that? Well, of course, that wasn't all there was to it. As I explained it to Hifumi, the plan was, while you were all questioning him about what had happened to him, I was going to murder someone else. At that point, Hifumi would have an alibi, so nobody could doubt him. I told him that, and he believed it.
It all seems very straightforward. Stereotypical.
I just matched the lie to the level of the opponent. In fact, Hifumi ate it up. He believed the lie wholeheartedly, right up until the moment of his death.
So in
So
the
you
end,
had planned to kill him all along. But of course, there would have been no point to my plan if the one who pretended to be dead did not end up dead himself.
What the
How can human life mean so little to you?
Well,
That's a non-issue. I simply did everything in my power to win.
don't be mean.
Now you sound like Byakuya.
I
Ew.
wonder about that.
No, he derives his pleasure from the thrill of the hunt. In that aspect, we are nothing alike.
Why?
Then,
Thanks, buddy.
what made you take things this far?
What the
Was
heck?
it really just for money? Are you talking about the $10 million Monokuma offered us? That is a lot of money, it's true. But that's not all there is to it. From the moment our new life here began, my only thought has been escape.
But
But all along you've been saying how we have to accept living here.
You little
Obviously, that was a lie.
Huh?
I couldn't take it. I hated it from day one. More than anyone else here. I wanted to get
little
out.
bitch.
Every day was fresh torture. And you want to know why? Huh?
This
Because
is fine.
I had a dream. And accepting a life here would have meant nothing less than giving up on my dream forever.
Honestly.
And there was no way that I could ever do that. In the underground world of gambling, I risked my life to make a metaphorical killing. And
As
it
for
was all
me,
for that dream. And what was this dream of yours?
Isn't it
To
wonderful?
live in a
casino in
European
Vegas?
castle.
Oh my god.
Castle?
Wanna be a princess?
And to gather handsome men from all over the world to serve as my butlers / bodyguards.
God.
I was going to make them dress up like vampires and satisfy my every need. Once I obtained that, I would have created a perfectly aesthetic world of decadence.
This is fine.
Living the rest of my life there was my only dream, my only goal. That is what life is all about.
Vampire butlers? That's what life is all about?
Yep. Thanks
okay,
for noticing.
Vampire butlers. Okay.
Combined with my own winnings, Monokuma's $10 million would have made that dream a reality. I got right to the edge, but
There is nothing to be done.
unfortunately, my dream has been scattered to the wind. Still, I don't have any regrets. I pursued my dream till the very end, so why would I?
Just the worst.
You sound so passionate, but you were really able to kill your own friends for it?
Oh,
Are you asking me to feel guilty? That's a pointless endeavor. I think nothing of sacrificing others for my own ends. I feel nothing.
do you understand?
That's all there is to me. That's what makes me complete. Isn't it terrifying how different our values are? There's simply no room for understanding.
What is this?
That's what we should be saying. And plus, how can you be so calm? Don't you realize you're about to die? Why aren't you scared? My ability to lie is unrivaled, and I take pride in it. It's not just other people. I can even fool my own emotions. The conscious deceives the unconscious. And that's why you're not scared?
Yes,
That's
indeed.
right. I don't fear death. Kill me however you like. But you know, if I could be reincarnated, if I had a choice, then
Isn't it wonderful?
I think I would like to come back as Marie Antoinette.
Hey,
You just get executed again, though. Like, what?
Celeste smiled, then, and when she did, it looked to me like a poor effort to force it. She claimed she could fool her own feelings, but that statement itself must have been her final lie. And that weak, fake smile is what betrayed her.
Thrills, chills, kills!
You're all done. Okay, let's get rolling. The blanket disturbed the peas, and now let's pay for the prize. Goodbye,
I
friends.
prepared a
Then
very
it's been a
special
very special pleasure
punishment.
for the ultimate gambler.
Let's give it everything we've got.
Let's give it everything we got.
It's
It's
punishment time!
I guess I'll let Kyoko.
what?
This is.
Will it really give you the hope you're looking for? I can't say I ever saw it that way. Which is why... Actually, it's not important. Well then... Take care, everyone. Perhaps we'll meet again. In another life.
YOLO. She really said YOLO.
She really said YOLO. And now
Really
it's
said
time to
YOLO.
watch her execution. As a reminder, if you're squeamish, this is not gonna be a fun 2 minutes.
Right, Celeste's dream was to become an actual vampire. We have to use a wooden stake to execute her. God.
Well, she got her castle.
Well, there it is, her castle. I mean, but where's the hot men?
I know. The burning
Where-
of the Versailles Witch.
Oh god. Rose of Versailles. Wrong anime. I mean, she did want to be Marie Antoinette, I guess.
Yeah.
That's the closest you're gonna get, girl. We're the witch. I mean, I guess she is living her 1800s dream. I don't know.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, Marie Antoinette was beheaded.
Yeah. The fire department ain't gonna get there on time because they're gonna crash into her. Wow, that sucks. Who threw a bus at her? Damn. I mean, oh, he did. Okay. Wow. That did nothing, Wanakuma.
Put out that one piece.
My friend in college has family documents verifying her descent from Marie Antoinette. What the? That's amazing.
It's over. The third execution is over.
History doc.
Celeste's death is over. Celeste killed my friends, so I can't pity her, but I also can't deny that at one point, I considered her a friend too. And for him to just come along and...
Isn't it just awful? Someone couldn't cut free of the regrets from the outside world, so more people had to die.
Extreme!
All according to Keikaku, motherfucker. You guys are all still young. You need to place more value in your lives.
What are you gonna do?
Jeez, and here I thought you guys were gonna pass the torch of hope to the next generation.
Let me out of here!
What do you care about hope? I'll throw it in the trash if you just let me out of here.
Too bad.
You're all the embodiment of hope, whether you like it or not. And it's my guess I need to knock you down one by one. It's sad, yes, but that's the reality that just can't be avoided.
Don't talk like you're not responsible. How long are you gonna make us keep going through this? What do you want from us?
How strange.
Ratings! I mean, God, I'm so sick of you people asking me that. Give it a rest already. So anyway, Yoko, did I see you get some kind of key-type object from Celeste?
Hey!
So, what's the deal with that? Yoko,
What?
what's the matter?
So then,
I'll answer your question if you answer mine.
you...
What did you do? What did you do to me?
Ooh.
What?
Answer me. What did you do to my body?
Ooh. How exciting.
Oh, look at the time. What do you mean? What did I do? What? I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't know anything about it.
What was that just now? The mastermind did something to Kyoko's body? What does that mean?
That's creepy. Okay, things are getting kind of awkward. I think it's about time to get out of here. Okay, bye.
Well,
Meanwhile, you guys can go to enjoy your school life. If you get lonely, give me a shot. Not that it'll do anything about it, of course.
see ya later.
See you.
Monokuma disappeared, leaving us all depressed and in despair. Although, it wasn't all despair. There was one...
Fume was gone.
Yeah, there was one small hope. Hey, Kyoko? Monokuma already mentioned it, but what's that key Celeste gave you?
So...
Most likely, it's the key to one of the dressing room lockers.
Huh?
What? Then that means...
So let's probably hit it in there.
I
Hey.
suppose sometimes it's easiest to miss what's right beneath your nose. Well then, we'd better go check.
Indeed.
Good idea. We left the courtroom and rushed to the dressing room. As we approached the dressing room, Kyoko looked back at us and said,
Hey,
I'm going to go on alone from here. Everyone else head to the dining hall. I'll check in with you later.
What?
Why exactly are you going alone?
Do you even have to ask? As she spoke, she glanced quickly at the surveillance camera.
Come on.
That's not what I mean. Why you? There's still a risk of a spy, you know.
Then I'll go too.
What?
You?
Please let me go.
Mm-hmm. Standing here arguing is just going to draw more attention to us.
Goodbye.
Do whatever you want. I don't care, peasants.
Thank you, Byakuya.
Well then.
Then it's up to you now.
Yo!
I'm gonna go to the dining hall, okay? I'm hungry. And hangry.
Huh? So Makoto and Kyoko are gonna go together? Does that mean what I think it means?
Okay.
Good luck, Makoto.
Girls like her are total pushovers when you show a little backbone.
I tried to forget what Hina said. Everyone else headed to the dining hall, leaving me and Kyoko there alone. So now we know that
Shall
Hina
we go?
ships it.
Well, shall we?
Yeah.
So
We
then,
need to get into that locker.
Kyoko took the key Celeste had given her and unlocked the locker. And as the locker swung open, we saw...
Good morning. It's been a while, hasn't it?
It's safe. Thank goodness. I'd never heard Kyoko sound so relieved.
It was like she was speaking from the bottom of her heart.
I did just what Celeste asked. I didn't say a word. I stayed quiet the entire time. Oh, and I think I might be able to open the last set of files soon. Maybe as early as tomorrow. I'm doing my best, so please just wait a while longer.
So now we can officially say the case is closed.
Well, as far as this incident is concerned, sure, but can we take a second? Since we have this opportunity, I want you to be honest with me. Kyoko, please tell me, what are you trying to do all on your own here at the school?
Is that why you wanted to come here with me?
However,
Regardless, that's not something you need to know right now.
I don't need to know? That just makes me even more worried.
what?
Worried? Like, what happened during the investigation this time? You disappeared and we didn't see you again. Without warning, without explanation. When you do that,
Indeed.
It's only natural that they think I'm the mastermind spy, right? And you too.
no! I believe in you.
You believe in me?
Isn't it obvious? People believe in their friends, right? That's why I want you to tell me. Pretend, because we're friends. And I want you to believe in me, too. Because, like I said, we're friends. Nothing more, unless you want to be.
Right. Ooh.
But we're friends.
I understand.
It's
Then
true.
maybe I can believe in you. Just a little bit more. Then,
That's
fine.
fine.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you why I've been disappearing and where I've been going. You see,
What I heard from Kyoko then was, well, frankly, it kind of blew my mind. Right after I'd told Kyoko I believe in her, she told me a story that was, well, almost unbelievable. I decided I had to confirm what she told me with my own two eyes, so I waited for nighttime to come. And when it did, I went into action.
Correct.
the boys' bathroom on the second floor doesn't have a surveillance camera or monitor in it. And in the storage closet there, way in the back,
She said it was way in the back of the boys' bathroom storage closet, but could Kyoko really be right about this?
Why did she go in the boys' bathroom?
I mean, I'm pretty sure you cannot keep Kyoko out of anywhere. It's just a normal storage closet as far as I can tell. The secret Kyoko told me about, could it really be hidden here? She said it was way in the back of the storage closet. But I mean, seriously? Without thinking, I placed my hand on the back of the storage closet. And suddenly, as if I were being yanked in... Gashunk. At the same time as I heard that sound, I fell through the wall. I had no idea what was going on. Bum. I had fallen through the back of the storage closet. Huh? It turned out the back wall was like a revolving door, and I'd made my way to the other side. Just like Kyoko had said.
Correct.
In the boys' bathroom on the second floor, there's a storage closet. And way in the back of that closet, there's a secret room. So, this is the secret room. But what's in here? Okay, well, I guess we'll just take a look around. It's just a normal desk with normal drawers. Cool. There's a bunch of files and what look like volume after volume of yearbooks. They're all covered in dust. Looking at everything, one file at the edge of the bookshelf caught my eye. Hope's Peak Academy Student Registry? This is the only thing in here not covered in dust. Has someone been looking at it recently? I slipped the file into my hand, but before I had a chance to take a look at it, a slip of paper fell out of the file and I turned my attention to it. What's this? You must not leave. That's kind of weird. I could understand if it said, like, I can't leave, but you must not leave? What is this? My head feels funny. This strange sensation. It's like deja vu. Those words. You must not leave. I've seen them somewhere before, but I can't quite remember. What do I know? What don't I know? Oh shit.
Oh no.
I'm dead.
And we died.
Yeah, a strange sound rang out through my head. It felt like I was shaking my brain back and forth. And then, darkness. I don't understand what's happening. I don't know what started it. It's all over. And with that, I opened my eyes. I didn't know how long it had been. Ow. Apparently something hit me and I lost consciousness. That's all I understood. The dull throbbing pain in my head proved that much at least. And there used to be things here.
And now there's none.
An empty bookshelf. Huh? Empty? Gone. It's all gone. The yearbooks, the student registry, and even the note that had fallen on the floor. It's all gone? What does this mean? But my brain refused to do any more work. The insistent pain in my head began to spread across the rest of my body. For now, I should go back to my room. Get some rest. Maybe get someone to check out my head. My body was heavy with pain, my mind heavy with thought. I dragged myself back to my room. Somehow, I made it back to the first floor of the school. Ugh. The farther I walked, the more I felt things are getting blurry. Can't see in front of me. I couldn't stop myself from collapsing right there. And after that, as if from a vast distance, I heard a sound. It was faint, but undeniable. That sound. It's coming from the gym? As I desperately hauled my shaky frame towards the gym, the sound got stronger and stronger. I don't even know what these onomatopoeias are. Gagunk, but yeah.
Yeah.
What's going on? It can't be nothing. Here? In the gym? Let's take a look in the gym. I didn't make a sound as I opened the door to the gym. The sounds coming from inside, meanwhile, only intensified that much more. Ka-cha, bakye,
It does sound like workout.
hagakya, kya, pating, bakya, dadadin, sa.
Oh damn. Oh, it's a sparring match.
Before me raged a battle beyond anything humanly possible. No, one side's not human, that's for sure. But regardless, I couldn't stop staring. I forgot to move or even breathe.
Why, you? What do you think you're doing? I asked you a question. What's the meaning of this? How dare you defy me? This wasn't part of the deal!
The deal?
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Okay, but you do realize what will happen if you go through with this, right? You haven't forgotten, have you? What I'm holding hostage?
What am I looking at? What am I hearing? A hostage? Then could it be the mastermind spy is... Alright, and we finished chapter 3. A next generation legend, stand tall, galactic hero. And our final student count is 7. To be continued. Alright, and we are going to end here for tonight. We got the Super Robo Justice present. Not anything I ever really wanted.
But we have it anyway.
Exactly. Okay, so next stream is Tuesday, 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific, like normal. I believe we should have our full cast, which means we'll probably be doing Phoenix Wright. So yeah. You got any announcements?
Nope.
All right.
Not.
All right. Well, nice to be back, everyone. And we will talk to you guys on Tuesday. Have a good night, all. Bye.